G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing as the Ottomans in the green. We've got, well, we're just gonna call him green because it makes it a lot easier than pronouncing all of that. And in the north of the map, playing in the color orange, as the Malians once again. It's the Wallalor God himself, Salami. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dry Arabia. We're here watching Salami as he makes his way up the ladder with the Malians, going up against pretty top player at the moment. This guy is Conqueror 3, sitting inside the top 50. A very solid player overall. And obviously playing on the Ottomans, the civilization that has natural bonuses against the Malians. The Malians, of course, need to go, or at least like to go, for these early houses on their pit mine. And obviously, the Ottomans, they love to get out that early military school, which means they've got free military units to begin harassing those houses. So it's almost a little bit of a natural counter on the matchup, so definitely going to make it a bit harder for Salami this game. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings out, because we've seen recently Salami going for this fast castle strategy. And it's actually been doing pretty well. Played up against Puppy Paw using it, and I'm not going to, I mean, I'll say it as politely as I can. He destroyed him. So I'm curious what we've got coming up today up against the Ottomans. We'll take a look at how about Ottoman player Green is doing in the south. Looks like we've just got the standard transition coming through. 3 villages going out to gold. Everything pretty standard so far. Single scout opening. Fortunately, Green's paying attention. Doesn't miss the sheep as he runs past. Something that I always hate doing. Going back and watching a replay and asking myself, why didn't I get any bloody sheep? And then you see your scout going past the 2 sheep, the 3 sheep, the 4 sheep. Happens all the time. Alright, well, Salami looks like he's made enough houses. Going with 6 houses. This is my favorite number of houses as well. I think this is the optimal number. Obviously, you can go for 8. You can go for 4. You can go for 2. But I think 6 is probably like the nicest middle ground between economy and speed. You can still get your age up quite early. We can see at the moment he's stacking up 100 food. And he's got 4 vills in queue. So he could almost age up at the moment. But obviously he wants to continue training out those villages. Now, if you do hear a bit of rasp in my voice, do note that I've just woken up. I said, well, the fellas on YouTube, they need a casted game, so let's go cast it. Normally, I like to wait a couple of hours before I actually do cast a game, just to clear the rasp from my morning voice. But I do know that you guys are patient, waiting for those games. It's been a couple of hours, so I said, you know what, I kind of like to get one up there every 12 hours. I think it's been like 16 hours now, so I said, well, we might as well post you guys up a video. And Salami going to be going for the Saharan Trade Network. Oh, and he's putting it, oh, this is so smart. Putting the Saharan Trade Network on top of the pit mine. So he's actually using up a spot for the pit mine. So you'd normally put a house here, or a mining camp, but instead puts the Saharan Trade Network here. Really, really smart. This means he's always got the option for trade later on in the game, but look at the trading post. It's a terrible trading post location. But it's still really smart the way that he's doing this. If we take a look at the town center for Salami, you can see it just covers the villages here. So when the spearman moves in, oh, he's going to take a lot of shots right there. Good night, sweet prince. Oh, you hate to see that right there. Oh, that was... Now, I guess the next thing to note is I'm not sure the Saharan Trade Network, whether it covers the entire thing. Now, this circle that we're seeing, this circle is indicating... Oh, this is so smart by Salami. I can't... There are so many layers to why this is so smart. So, the primary intention of this, as far as I'm concerned, is just to deny any aggression onto this gold mine, which basically means that Salami now has guaranteed gold income from this gold mine. And of course, putting the mining camp there means he's going to be able to gather up that gold. He's not going to have to worry about all the spearmen coming through. But it also serves as a second factor, which is that now his enemy thinks he's trading. His enemy is thinking, okay, we need to be prepared for shutting down trade because it's happening. And look, you can already see he's heading straight over to the trading post. He's looking for the villagers already. Salami's getting in the head of his enemy so early in this game. The Saharan Trade Network's not even made yet, and he's already getting inside the head of his enemy. And that's just it, right? That's the power that it's got. Now, I think there might be a nice little sweet spot up towards the top side that you can potentially siege down this house. But of course, you can just bring a villager in And this Saharan Trade Network will defend that position quite well. And behind this, we do see Salami is going for his patented strategy. He's going for that fast castle. Look at this. Getting a couple of vills inside that Saharan Trade Network, looking to try and grab a bit of extra food. Also dropping down the mill next to the town center. So you know what's going to be coming. He's going to be looking to pull out some cows, get them in. And I think this is super smart because you're taking a resource like gold, which is safe, and converting it into a resource like food, which is not safe, but you're making it safe in doing so. And that's what I think is extra smart about this. So he puts an extra villager over on gold and begins to train a cow. A single cow should be all he needs. He's got plenty of resources under here. 500 food in that bad boy. Let's take a look on the south side of the map, though. See how green's doing. Very forward twin minaret madrasa. Something I swore against after the battle of, I think it was the Battle of Ancient Spires. I got done on that. And I'm like, well, you know what? I think I should always just put my twin minaret madrasa right next to my TC. Stops this from happening because, as you guys can suspect, archers come through. Big pain, big pain. He does move villagers out to this, to the berry patch. Actually, there's another reason why you don't want to put your twin minaret madrasa next to your berries. It's because once they finish this berry patch here, they'll just go to these berries instead of going to this one. Vizier point comes in. What's it going to be? Could be Anatolian Hills. Could be Meta Drums. It's going to be Anatolian Hills. It's a little bit of a safer option. He did open with a stable, which isn't always standard, but I guess if you're shutting down trade, it could be. And we can see right now, this scout just came from the corner. Spearman's in position. Horseman, or rather Spahi moving out, going to be doing a little bit of raiding. Where is he heading? Yeah, he's heading directly out to that position. Meanwhile, Salami, about to click up. There it is. 6 minutes and 56 seconds. Not a bad little timing there for him. He invested a lot of resources into that pit mine. But now with the age up coming through, I suspect he's going to be looking to try and pick up those relics. And I got to say, I love the way that Salami is playing the Malians. You know, prior to Salami picking up this kind of fast castle build order, I don't think I'd ever seen it. I'd played against it once, but they had like a... It was weird. They went for Donzo... It was a fast castle into Farimba Garrison, but they went for Donzo and Javelins in the Castle Age, which I don't feel are the strongest. Now, I lost to the build order. It was very nice. But I never saw it again. Not until Salami pulled it out. So I suspect that this is probably going to become almost the standard way that we see the Malians played. The same way that the standard way that you play the Holy Roman Empire is typically that focus on the Castle Age. And now we see the archery range coming out as well for Salami. So indicating what direction he may look to go with regard to his units. Probably going to be javelin throwers to open us up. Now, obviously, up against the Ottomans, they love to go for that big mass of archers. We do see more rangers coming down, so that's going to be the third archery range. But obviously, there are Sparky. But I think you'd probably need about, what, 10 javelin throwers to be able to take out, maybe 15 javelin throwers to take out a Sparky. Maybe a bit more, maybe 20. And it is indeed going to be javelin throwers together with the veterancy for the javelin thrower. Beautiful timing here from Salami. 8 minutes 20. 8 minutes 30, first units coming out. Also drops down the barracks, so looking to pick up maybe some additional upgrades. Unlikely that he moves in the direction of the Musafari warrior at this stage. No armored units for his enemy just yet. Once they get up to the Castle Age, maybe it comes out then. And indeed, it's going to be Donzos. So Salami looking to emulate that same success that in the pop someone had against me, going for the Malian fast castle. We start to see the upgrades coming through. Well, the economy behind this is quite strong. I'd suspect he looks to go for the mosque after this. Javelin throwers getting some big shots off. It's about 17 javelins to kill a Spahi. So I guess my question is, when does he add in the mosque? Because I feel like it has to be imminently. He's got plenty of relics to grab out on the map. Alternatives are that he could also look to be picking up the pit mine. We could see the spearman getting moved. Spearman getting moved away as Salami goes to drop the pit mine down. Unfortunately, he picks it up and he realizes. But now we've got ourselves a little bit of action down here on the other side of the map. It looks like Meta gonna get taken out before any real damage can happen. Beautiful aggression coming out from Salami, looking to strike early with these hardened Donzos and veteran javelin throwers. And once again, we learn the reason why the Twin Minaret Madrasa shouldn't stay on the front line, but instead be on the back line. Because now you can't use it. Now you've got food sitting there for free that is no longer of use to you. And more units continue coming out across the map. He's dropped in a few more Donzos. Next pit mine coming down, but archers gonna spot this out. Should be able to pick up a villager kill here. Indeed he will. Rest in peace, little guy. And now Salami once again looking to put aggression onto the gold mine. Javelin throwers. Just throwing off some javelins towards the spy. Not worrying too much about the villagers. He's like, yeah, we'll get to the villagers later. And now Donzo's coming out. Not a lot of archers here, but it should be enough to deal with this. And the Donzo's on the front line. Unfortunately, just getting thrown away here by Salami. So a little bit of waste of units. You probably want to wait for your 5 javelins. But I love the way that he's playing this. 5 javelins, 5 Donzos. 5 javelins, 5 Donzos. And moving them across the map. This is a beautiful opening from him. That second pit mine, he's been trying to get it up. And finally, that spearman going to be moving back away. Now the focus becomes on the military school. Salami looking to burn it down. Keep in mind, this is an expensive production building here. 100 wood for each of these other production buildings. Military school, 250 resources, though. Now those units heading back for the Ottoman player. The mass here is quite small. You can see that Salami struck at the perfect time. Looking to go to the castle age. And now he really starts to hurt him. That's a lot of resources just going down the drain. The consequence of not committing to the feudal age means that you do lose out map control to Salami here. But the MIA going to come down. Villagers going to be evacuating from the stone mines. And you can see Salami. He spots it out. He's looking. He's looming. Villagers under the TC could potentially be exposed here. He's doing a wonderful job. Look at the javelins. Takes out that villager. Beautiful javelin throw right there. Now finally, Salami looks like he's going to be able to add in the second pit mine. Now keep in mind, he's also got access to a potential 3rd pit mine as well. He is in the castle age. So he could be looking down towards this west side of the map, or maybe even come out to the east side of the map. It's a great expansion spot over here that he does know about. Double gold mine. Always something nice when you're playing as the Malians. It's a beautiful opening from Salami here. He really cements himself in a solid lead. Taking out the military school and putting the pressure on towards his enemy. But now it looks like the villager that was making this house is going to get picked up. He loses at 100%. Fortunately, he's got units there to defend. The age up comes through as well from green. It's going to be the Mangonel coming in. Now the Donzos, as well as the javelin throwers, looking to clean up. Indeed, a cleanup going to be coming through. Look at the cleanup. Jeez Louise, 2 Spahi down for a villager. Is it worth it? Probably not. Not when your enemy's this close to pushing in your, well, let's say it nicely. Knocking down your front door. That's probably the best way to say it. Another outpost coming down. And do note that Salami has yet to use the Saharan trade network. The only thing he did by doing this was baiting his enemy. And it's interesting to watch the way that he plays with the landmarks for the Malians. Because we've seen the inverse happen, where Salami wants to trade, he doesn't take the trade landmark, instead taking the Mansa quarry. And yet here, we see him not wanting to trade and takes the Saharan trade network. So almost baiting his opponent, just using his brain. And I think this is what's so smart about Salami, is we've seen him do this multiple times. All right, everything going well for him at the moment. Let's ride on board with green and see how he's doing. The archer mass is beginning to build. He's got veterancy coming through. So how does Salami deal with that? Because the issue that Salami is going to have is as the archer ball grows, as the archer mass grows, the archers are going to be more effective in mass, but the javelin throwers are not. Because the javelin throwers fire slow, and they do a lot of damage, which means you need to micro them. If you put 100 archers against 100 javelin throwers, it's not a fair fight because the javelin throwers are more expensive. But the point is that as the fights get bigger, the archers are going to be scaling a lot better than the javelin throwers because they have lower damage and there's more of them. All right, well, Salami's numbers starting to look really solid here, and he's just committing with this two type of units. But we do see a third has now been added through. It's going to be the Musafadi. Obviously, his enemy's now up to the castle age. Men-at-arms are quite common. We do see that Green is making plenty of men-at-arms. He's got 13 out so far, so Salami going to need more than 6 Musafadi to deal with them at the moment. You can see he's probably got plenty more in queue. Indeed, he does. And that push coming through. Salami looking to aggress upon his opponent. Still yet to see the Spearman upgraded. Spahi also. They move into the front. Salami now holding on for dear life as he pushes through. Spahi coming around to the backside. Donzo going to be able to repel them on the front line. Looks like the Musafadi have clanged their last cling as the archers pick them off. A very effective counter, and indeed those men-at-arms are going to be able to repel the ranged units of the Malians. And the Ottoman hold. The Ottoman look very solid as they continue to clean up this position. And once again, Salami is going to have to head back to the drawing board. The push looked good. The armies, when they clashed, it looked like it could have gone either way. But overwhelmingly, the Ottomans are victorious here. A few more Musafadi coming in. Realizes that's the wrong direction. Heads back towards his base. And just like that, the lead evaporates for Salami very quickly. A huge swing in favor of his enemy. Springwood emplacement should be able to hold this position for now. Siege Workshop coming down quite literally in the range of that siege, in the range of the Springwood emplacement. And now also looking to pick up fortifications. Salami heading all out over the map, adding in the third pit mine as well. Up towards the north. Everything going... Well, I would say everything's going to plan for Salami right now, but it really wasn't. He got absolutely crushed in that last fight. But where does he go from here? Because he's just going 100% Musafadi. Now, when it comes to Musafadi, this unit is considered by many to be underpowered. People often look at this unit and they say, well, it's useless, don't make it. But not Salami. Salami says, well, I'm going to make it and I'm going to mass it. And I'm going to make only that. You can see we do have a few javelin throwers in here. But it's just Musafadi. And now we've got a little bit of stealth action right here. Take a look at this. Salami moving around the edge of the fight, straight towards the Mangonel. Musafadi clanging up against the men-at-arms, but indeed it's going to be a wipeout right there. Mangonel going to go down to the stealth Musafadi. His enemy had no idea whatsoever. And now onto the backside. He's able to clean up the archers as well. Javelin throwers focused instead on the front line. They should be on the back line. But the Musafadi doing a wonderful job of cleaning up this front position. Springwood emplacement also just hitting out. And Salami holds on. The tide turns in favor of the Malian player. Men-at-arms all going to go down. And now we've got ourselves a bit of a swing happening. I love the way that as the enemies push closer to, or as the players push closer towards the enemy base, the tides turn towards the player that's being pushed. That is the defender's advantage. Mangonel picking up a little bit of value here. Does manage to stay alive for the moment. Expect to see a scout now coming out from green. And that's how you deal with the Musafadi warriors when they enter into stealth. Stealth tactics looking pretty solid here for Salami. A lot of people laughed at this ability. They said, it's useless, it's useless. You can't use it anywhere. Well, Salami just demonstrates a great use for it. His enemy had no idea that it was coming. Didn't block. Couldn't do anything about it. The Mangonel sat defenseless on the back line until his enemy was right on top of him. It's not just Harry Potter that has the invisibility cloak. It's also the Malians. But now we've got triple relic that's been picked up. Fourth relic, fifth relic out here, and look what we've got down here. Another raid coming in. We've got stealth. Units are invisible while in stealth. Another 14 seconds. Look where he's heading. Straight to the deer hunt. And finds the villagers. Just jumps out on top of them. He's like, hey man, how's it going? 2 villagers go down immediately. And falls back away. Stealth now going on to cooldown. That's the second time we've seen him utilize this stealth ability. And he finds more villagers out here. No need for stealth. But there is a need for attack move, it seems. As those villagers, fortunately, make a very close call. Right on board with green now. Sitting on the one town center still. Economically, even. Keep in mind that in addition to his villagers, he's also got the military schools working overtime and the MIA. Where's Salami? He's got the relics. He's got the pit mines. He's got this nice looking raid. But I'm pretty sure they were in stealth just for the memes at this point. Like maybe he was like, yep, we're just gonna try and bait him in. The walls were coming up for Salami, and he got hit on that front, but now all of a sudden we're gonna push towards the front of the base. Men-at-arms, archers, mangonels. Great combo here. The main issue he's gonna have are these crossbow and archer balls. How do you deal with these? Looks like Salami's just said we'll try the sofa. And the sofa's a great choice here. And I love the fact he's got 5 stables up. Now this might have, I think this was scouted out by his enemy with that knight that came through. Now I don't know how much of it he saw, but the sofa can work very well in tandem with the Musafati, and the Musafati numbers are rising. 37 Musafati. How does he deal with the mangonels? Does he just comes in with stealth, right? And look at him biding his time. He knows that he can't fight right now. If he fights right now, there's just too many units. But we can see the Ottoman player not really respecting that stealth. The Ottoman player not bringing out a scout, not dropping down an outpost. So there could be Musafati on top of him right now and he doesn't know. But we know. We know the truth. There is not. Salami up to 7 sofa now. 42 Musafati. Look at this. Look at this. He's pumping out Musafati non-stop, getting such great value from this Farimba garrison. Not a whole lot of value from his Saharan trade network, though. That is for sure. The wall comes up completely. And now the mangonels, together with the army, going to be moving on the south side of this base. Salami losing houses by the second. A little bit of a raid up towards that north position as well. Let's see how he looks to play it. Musafati numbers are absolutely massive right now. Bit of a push coming out. Salami realizes it's time to go. Market going to be going down. Mangonel's going to be moving towards this landmark. Villagers got to be careful. Villagers got to be careful. Good night, sweet villagers. All the villagers going down right there. That was about 8 villagers lost in the blink of an eye. And the Musafati move over from the east side. They've got plenty of stealth. There they go, entering stealth. 20 seconds to go. His enemy sees absolutely nothing. But we see the truth. We see the reality. Right now, it looks like there's nothing hitting his enemy. And all of a sudden, from the depths, comes Salami. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. There he is. Watch out. From the top rope, all of the stealth units unpack themselves. They're like, what's up? Let's go. Beautiful surround coming through from Salami. The Musafati absolutely engulfing the enemy together with the sofa, looking to crush his enemy. The sofa, unfortunately, not fighting up against the archers, but the micro has been really good from Green. The mangonels managed to make it out without too much. Oh, I say without too much, but have a look at the unit numbers right now coming out. And what is this going on? We got a forward keep attempt. Not on my watch, says Salami, and he absolutely crushes this villager position. And with that, there are so many villagers going to go down here. 22 villagers making their way back. The Musafati continue walking over the top of the archers. The Mangonel going to get caught out of position as well. There's no spearmen here at all. No crossbowmen to deal with this mass of sofa that continue following the villagers all the way back home. He knows that if he lets these villagers, if he allows them to exist, they will drop a keep. So he has to follow them all the way back home. He says, get back to the pavilion. Meanwhile, towards the base of his, meanwhile, towards his own base, he cleans up the rest of those archers and follows them all the way back to his enemy's base. And now the tides have turned truly in favor of Salami. He's up 40 population. He's looking incredibly solid here. And the villagers head back towards the town center. He's got enough stone for a keep, but unfortunately, he's got no forward villagers. And that is painful. That is very, very painful right now for Green. It was a beautiful thought, but unfortunately, well, he got caught out of position a little bit by those Salami Musafati. What an absolutely beautiful play coming in from Salami. I don't think anyone expected to see that today. When we think about Castle Age compositions for the Malians, the main thing that we're thinking about are the sofa and the archer. But here Salami brings out Musafati. It's almost like he's playing the Protoss of Age of Empires 4 right now. All he does is a move. He's also got stealth. So, you know what? He's kind of playing the Protoss, isn't he? And gets a good surround on the villagers. He's going to take more down. The Dark Templar coming out. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. The Protoss are here in Age of Empires 4. And Salami, he is the Arbiter. Oh, geez. Salami having an absolute field day here, shutting down resources after resources. The stone down on the south side. Once again, on the front side, we see the berries being shut down. And the villager count really beginning to dwindle for our Ottoman player. He's having a very tough time here. More villagers going to go down. Salami surrounding his enemy on all sides of the sofa. Now looking to actually finish the game off. If he takes out these archers, there's not going to be much left. And look at the military numbers here. This could be it. With this, and I hear a chat message being typed in. I think that's good game, and indeed it is good game. Salami, with a huge brain, clinches this victory. Beautiful stuff coming out. The stealth, the Dark Templar of Age of Empires 4 is here, ladies and gentlemen, and you should be scared. You should be very, very scared. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go check out Salami. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.